tiny room ban. If you make a video where you are pro-Ukraine war, you are anti-Trump, you will find your videos on the front page of YouTube periodically.
Good idea. Let's go with that subject.
If you are anti-establishment, anti-blob, anti-machine, for some reason your videos never appear in trending. They never appear in trending. They don't get recommended. You won't see subscriber growth. The tiny room ban is they want you to be able to keep getting the amount of views that you always get so you don't notice anything negative. A shadow ban, you'd notice.
Yeah.
You'd say, hey, I'm not getting traffic anymore.
Well, I was shadow banned on Twitter, and then I got my own file was given to me afterwards. So.
And you can see it because they released, there's a whistleblower.
Yeah.
So the tiny room ban is a long game. So I believe YouTube's tiny room banned us. What that means is the people who already watch the show will always be able to watch the show and be recommended the show.
You're in a tiny room.
No new people
are allowed into the room.
Right.
Wow.
So you can tell this happens.
It's happening to us, I think.
I guarantee.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what ends up happening is, so I say, okay, you can break a tiny room ban very easily. It's called money. So I'll make a commercial for the show and I'll advertise it on Google, targeting specific audiences that are outside the tiny room. What did YouTube do? First, Google rejected the ad on false pretenses. So I made another one.
Wow.
Rejected the ad.
Are you willing to wear a wire?
Yeah.
Go on.
Rejected the second ad on false pretenses. I complained.
Right.
Google Assistant said, we don't understand why your ad is being rejected. Finally, one of the ads got approved. And instantly, the 2 episodes of Timcast IRL that were featured in the advertisement were deleted. And I was given a warning for having ever had them.
Ooh.
And I think the issue was, in the tiny room, they didn't care that we had an episode with Joe Rogan and Alex Jones.
Right.
Now that I was breaking out through buying marketing, it was now showing regular YouTube users these episodes could be watched. Click this link. They deleted them to make sure nobody could watch them. Amazing.
Dude, that's dark, bro.
Yep.
That's some dark. Dude, this guy Brendan Carr has got to get in there and do something with Google and YouTube. This is just, it makes me sick just to think about it.
This is probably one of the next big plays that needs to happen.
Yes. Yeah.
So if look, Mr. Beast is always on the front page of YouTube, and you can argue that it's decently entertaining. It's fun stuff. I got no beef. They're fun videos. They're big. But there's a lot of political stuff that YouTube will front page. Research done 8 years ago shows that it's about a 2-to-1 directional shift. YouTube will direct a conservative viewer twice as often to a liberal show. So if you're a conservative and someone sends you a link to a video on YouTube and it's about immigration, if you click that, you are going to get 60-70% of the time left-wing recommendations in your up next tab.
Yep, Young Turk stuff.
Right. And MSNBC and CNN. If you are a liberal, you get liberal. If you're a conservative, you get liberal. There was a man who actually did the research and created a interactive graphic system showing using, I forgot how you describe it. Air-gapped may be the right way to describe it. Computers that had never touched the internet. They would go on YouTube and then just have a script track the recommendations. And they found that something like 80% of all recommendations pushed people to the left.
I think the opposite may be true. We get people coming to the channel for JFK stuff, and then they hear that we're for Trump, and they go berserk.
Oh, yeah.
They go completely batshit crazy. I'm going, haven't they ever seen the channel? No, they came over for the JFK stuff that was in their feed, and they go, who the F are you guys? You support Trump? How the hell did I end up over here?
Yeah.
So I think it cuts the other way, too.
Well, right. If you're a liberal, they're not sending you conservative content, and if you're a conservative, they're sending you liberal content.
Well,
these guys act like they've never heard a pro-Trump statement in their life.
JFK confuses the issue, though.
JFK blurs the line.
JFK is a hero to the left, and a lot of lefties are very interested in the assassination.
Yeah.
And so I think it screws the algorithm maybe a little bit.
It really
they send them over saying, "Oh, it's JFK. It's well liked," and then they find out, we talk about Trump too.
We got so many comments go, you're so smart about the JFK assassination. I've learned everything from you. How could you be so stupid in supporting Trump? How many times do we get that? I mean, it's shocking, bro. It's almost, they're shocked.
There's I think getting the FCC on top of Google and YouTube and all that stuff is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
The other issue is, are you guys familiar with dead internet theory?
No.
So the theory goes that around 2016 is when bot accounts overtook real humans on the internet.
Numerically.
numerically.
Yeah.
So that means when you get a comment, it's 80, 90% likely to just be automated to force your opinion on something.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So the idea is you go on X. Oh, you go on Twitter before Elon bought it. This was prevalent. Some interesting I'll try to avoid swearing. Stuff went down. So you go on X and you say, I like Trump. You get spam blasted with people saying Trump is bad, Trump is bad. Hillary is good or Biden is good. The theory goes that these are actually just bot accounts, either 50 accounts run by one person or automated to create the public perception of popularity of Democrats. When Elon Musk announced that he would be buying Twitter, overnight, we saw all the liberal personalities lose millions of followers.
Right.
Yep.
The conservatives gained millions of followers.
Right.
How does that happen?
And the Twitter blue stuck another knife into it.
It did. The argument they tried to make was, as soon as they said Elon was going to buy it, liberals were fleeing the platform. That's insane. That's an obvious lie.
Happen.
One theory is that this was them purging bots and removing shadow
Right. I
bans.
remember hearing that. Yeah, at the time.
It happened twice. So then word came out that, Elon's not actually going to buy it.
Wasn't Twitter just a glorified NGO, Tim? At the
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's the way I looked at it. Like, here are people doing nothing on salary like an NGO.
Here's what I think. I think that Twitter was started as a legitimate company. After a certain point, the intelligence agencies said,
They captured it.
let's use this as our tool.
Yeah.
That made Twitter get really big.
Yeah.
Because Twitter didn't really make sense at the time.
Right.
You know, you can post your update. You can post your update on Facebook. So I remember when Twitter first came out, it made no sense. I think the CIA gets involved, but the intelligence agencies, the deep state, and they said, we want to utilize this as a means of messaging. We can see its value. We're going to put money into it, prop it up. Twitter then builds a backdoor for the government. This is true. We know this is a fact. They were able to log in. Twitter and Facebook had backdoors, according to various reports, where they could then submit for removals. The top legal, Vijay Gadde, reportedly was having weekly meetings with intelligence agents. It was meant to be a covert operation like Mockingbird. Elon Musk said, so what'll happen if I say I'm going to buy it? They can't pretend. They can't stop it.
Right.
Even though it is actually largely a government
He used
operation.
capitalism as a tool against them.
Yes.
And so he basically, imagine if Elon said, I'm going to buy the CIA itself.
Yeah.
Well, you can't. It's a government agency.
Try to buy the
Twitter.
website, though, CIA.gov. That might be fun.
Well, .gov, you're not going to. But I think that Twitter was operating as an asset of the intelligence agencies.
Absolutely.
Elon.
I mean, are you hip to Cuban Twitter?
What is that?
They created a copy of Twitter to influence the people in Cuba. And this is recently, all completely phony to get all their information, they were going to build it up to 300,000 or 400,000 and then begin to have a color revolution down there to overthrow the Castro regime. They pulled the plug on it in the last minute because of the change of administrations in 2016 to Trump. But they had created a completely...
The U.S. government did.
Yes, we created a completely parallel... Mike Benz talks about this. USAID had created a
did it in Libya.
a complete parallel Twitter, Cuban Twitter, and they had as many as 150,000 followers, and they were building it up to a certain cutoff point where they would then begin to call for an uprising.
By the way, that's what TikTok is here.
Yeah,
Right. He's doing it.
I think that Elon knew that the feds, the intel agencies, were operating Twitter, and that he was going to war when he was going to buy it. But I think the reason he did is they were going to war with him. And then after this, he starts getting invested. So as soon as he makes his intentions clear that he's supporting Donald Trump, they start going after his companies. I think this goes way back. Biden had this electric car summit, didn't invite Tesla. I think Elon took that personally. I think it's probably deeper than we realize in that they were cutting out Elon despite the fact that he was doing what he was supposed to be doing. An electric car company. He became rich. He became successful. He was telling people to buy their cars, and they were snubbing him and treating him like garbage. So then he says, why am I going to support these people? There's a lot more to it. The purchase of Twitter was tremendous for developing an AI. Using the fire hose of X to train your large language model was
That and
brilliant.
Reddit. Reddit was also huge
Right.
for training
Yeah.
ChatGPT, et cetera.
Well, so Elon.
The head of Reddit was USAID, had a salary from...
Really?
Oh, yeah, the woman ran... Yeah, they was outed with the recent...
What was her name?
I forget it. Whoever the woman
Asian
is,
woman?
whoever the woman is in charge of Reddit was also being paid by USAID.
So I think Elon knew he was buying a government asset. And so long story short, We saw all the liberal personalities lose millions of followers overnight. You could track this on social media. Go back to 2012. Are you guys familiar with the Lulzsec and anonymous hacking scandals of like the 2009, 10, 11, 12?
I've heard of it. I'm not familiar.
So